tell Dad about the helmet now.
Of all the scary, spooky, creepy kids' TV I watched back in the 1970s and 80s, this was the one that had the most effect on me, gave me sleepless nights where I hid beneath the covers, terrified. I can clearly remember watching the first episode when a ghostly face appears from underneath a helmet and being terrified, hiding under the covers for days afterwards. And in some respects, this kids' TV series feels more like a Hammer horror than something designed for children. Want to know more? And listen on. The plot is fairly simple for a supernatural story. Timothy Clare, a pianist, his wife Sheila, two sons Stephen and Ben along with their daughter Jenny, move into an old house, which turns out to be haunted by the ghost of a soldier as well as that of an old lady. Over the course of the next few days, the hauntings increase. An old lady appears when a music box is played. The father pianist plays the tune on his piano with no control over his fingers. Ghostly faces appear beneath an old helmet. Blood drips from the ceiling onto dinner guests. The children discover a hidden room behind their bedroom containing the skeleton of a long-dead soldier. And eventually, they enlist the help of a ghost hunter who tries to help the spirits cross over. The Clifton House Mystery was a HTV drama series aimed at older children that ran for one series of 6 25-minute episodes and was originally broadcast on the Sunday evening at 7 p.m. from the 8th of October 1978 through to the 12th of November 1978. The cast consists mainly of the two parents and three children, all of whom deliver their roles pretty convincingly. The Clifton House Mystery is an excellent supernatural drama which is well acted and well produced throughout. Everything is studio based, but all the sets look incredibly good. The tone is creepy and scary throughout. I mean, what kids' TV series now would really get away with blood dripping from the ceiling? As I said, I can clearly remember watching the first episode where the ghostly face appears from underneath a helmet and being terrified. I was about 12 at the time. Oddly enough, I don't think I got to the end of the series. I finally got to view it again about 15 years ago, and sadly the visual effects weren't half as scary and convincing as I remembered. Let's face it, they never are. But I was still surprised that this content was for kids. Having said that, this was 1978. A year later I watched Sapphire and Steel, and a year after that I was watching Hammer House of Horror. Obviously us kids were made of sterner stuff back then. The Clifton House Mystery wasn't released on DVD by Network until 2010. There was a VHS release at some stage before this though. I did have a dodgy DVD copy from eBay I purchased in the early 2000s, but it wasn't until the Network DVD I finally got to watch a good quality copy of it. There was a TV tie-in book produced at the time, although I can't find any on eBay at the moment. The subplot of the Dragoon Commander is actually based on a real-life case of Thomas Brereton and his role in the Bristol riots, where he refused to fire on the rioters. He was court-martialed, but took his own life before the trial reached a verdict. And there's more details on this on Wikipedia. The young cast performed their roles adequately. Joshua Littauzel is a bit wooden at times. He did have a number of TV parts after this, with his last one being in 1989. Sadly, he died aged just 48 in 2012. Robert Craig Morgan plays Ben. Now, he's best known for his role of Justin Bennett in the early series of Grange Hill. And his last TV appearance appears to be in 1989. Amanda Kirby plays teenage daughter Jenny, and despite a number of TV appearances after Clifton House, the last one was in 1988. Peter Sallis only appears in 3 episodes as ghost hunter Milton Guest. Let's be honest, he's the star turn here and steals every scene he's in. After an incredibly prolific career, starting in 1947, he passed away in 2017, aged 96. Sebastian Brakes, who played the father and pianist Timothy Clare, was a TV regular during the 1960s and 70s, especially in Z-Cars. Ingrid Hafner was also a TV regular in the 60s and 70s, and was a regular in Take the High Road during the early 80s. She died in 1994, aged 57. Although it may be tame by today's TV production standards of horror, you have to remember this was a children's TV production, and I can say hand on my heart that it certainly wouldn't get made today. I was terrified, like I said, and had many nights hiding under the covers in case that scary face beneath the helmet came to get me. And although it's studio-based, the sets are fantastic, as is the acting. And although Peter Sallis is a great comedy actor, he plays it here totally straight, and although maybe he hams it up slightly, he is fantastic. Please take a moment to pick up a copy of this DVD and watch it with your kids and see if they too find it scary and have nightmares, because remember guys, there's nothing wrong with kids being scared. After all, it's only a TV show.